let's talk about that mental health damage. I mean, what does that do to a person? Because not only elderly people are feeling that, but even some other people that are just isolated. What does that do to a person, and how is that damage done, and can it be undone?
To answer your second question first, I'm sure it can be undone. I think we do have a remarkable way of healing ourselves if we put our minds to it, if we want to. And I'll give you an example. I knew I live on my own now. I knew I was struggling a little bit, but thought I was doing okay through the lockdown. Then I went away in August for a week, had a lovely week on the Norfolk coast, came back and I nearly went berserk. I was on a Zoom call with some friends and I shouted at them not to speak over each other all the time. And one of them said, "You look terrible." And I spoke to her later. And I realized at that moment that I was back in my four walls and I had had a much worse time than I'd thought. Right. And that was a turning point because I found so much more energy then. And I got on and did stuff, in the last 6 to 8 weeks, that I hadn't been able to do before then. Right. So it was quite a turning point. And that moment of going berserk was actually quite therapeutic.
Right, so you have to kind of know that you're suffering or potentially suffering from mental health and then be proactive.
Yes.
So if there's elderly people right now that are watching us who maybe haven't had that contact, find some way to engineer it at least. Find a way to see someone on the doorstep or see someone at distance or get on the FaceTime and get on the Zoom and do more than you think you need maybe.
Absolutely. I don't know, again, my own experience, I found I've kept in touch with a smaller circle of friends, and I'm starting to think seriously now about how to make contact again with a wider circle that I have. But I think you're right, any and every opportunity, and some charities, some mutual aids are putting leaflets through doors. If there's a phone number there to ring, to ask for someone to talk to, or whatever, if someone does come to the door, how can you carry on that conversation? How can you get back in touch with family? You know, the phone isn't as good as Zoom or FaceTime or something, but it's really, really important. And, you know, the vast majority of people do have a phone.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything to make that contact.
Yeah.